Hi, thank you for taking the time to watch our orientation video. Whether you're a 3-year-old coming to school for the very first time or a teacher for their 37th year, it's still the most exciting time in our lives. Since we can't get together in a typical open house format, I'd like to take some time and just show you some important things you'll need to know for the first day of school. This folder is a take-home folder, and we will give you a folder during our meet and greet. And I'd like to talk to you about what's going to be inside your folder, what information we'd like to share with you. Please have this folder travel back and forth to school with your child. It's a great place to communicate, send notes to your teacher, tuition checks go in the folder, and we send things home as well. Even if your folder is empty, we like to have it in their backpacks each day when they come to school. Some things you'll find in your folder. First, our schedule. It's important that you have the daily schedule for your child's class. It's a nice way to talk about the day and also eliminate and ease some anxiety. If your child is anxious about coming to school, it's really nice to talk about the schedule. Hey, I know you're going to start your day on the playground, or I'll see you right after lunch, after your last story time, it's time to go home. It's a nice concrete way to talk about their day, which kind of eases that anxiety for some children. In your folder also, you'll have a newsletter, our September newsletter. It will have a calendar of the year. It'll have some tips on how to start back to school with a positive attitude. I'll talk about our teachers, our supply list, ways to help your school. Our newsletters come home monthly, and it is a school-wide newsletter. Anything class-specific will come from your teacher specifically, but the newsletter is a nice way for us all to communicate about pertinent early childhood issues. It'll have curriculum information on there. Lots of details about shared reading, guided reading, etc., in order to give you lots of curriculum information without having a back to school night or curriculum chat. We will put everything in our newsletter. Also, in your folder, you will have programs, 2 companies that are fantastic and help preschools very much is the Together in Education Harris Teeter and Scholastic. We're a member of both programs, and these are great ways to fundraise for our school without having you needing to do any fundraising. Together in Education is a Harris Teeter VIC card link up. Our number is 6409. We encourage you to link up, please. You can go to any cash register and say PlayWise, or you can go online and link up your card. You can link up to 5 schools. So churches, daycares, temples, grandparents can even link up out of state, and it really doesn't affect your savings at all, but we get literally free money. So every year we accumulate a couple $100 with the Together in Education plan. So we would love for you to link up your card. I talk about it a lot in the newsletter, so when I mention it, this is what we're talking about. And Scholastic. We do a Scholastic book order. We have it online. It's open all year. There's no deadline. It's optional. You can order as much or as little as you'd like, but it's fantastic for us because then we get points towards materials. And most of our materials in our school are phonics and math-based toys, or carpets, tables, chairs, and everything comes from Scholastic. So it really, really does help a lot. Again, it's optional. I like ordering online because there's better discounts. It's also thousands of more books, all ages, all the way through adult books as well. So the options are a little bit better than just our preschool magazines. So I talk about Scholastic a lot as well. So now you'll kind of get a feel for what we're talking about. Also in your folder, you'll have your information from your teacher specifically about maybe they have show and tell, maybe they have an app for communication. There'll be some information from your specific teacher. And you will also have a calendar of the year with all of our days off, holidays, vacations, teacher work days. Some things you'll need to bring to school is a change of clothes. Please label a change of clothes in a baggie, and we will keep this here all year in case of emergency. If your child has an accident, we will change them as quickly as possible and help them wash their hands. And we take the dirty clothes and we bag it up and send it home with you and tell you that we have a little bit of laundry for you, and we apologize in advance if it's a big mess. We try not to spend a lot of time cleaning clothes and try to get back to the classroom as quickly as possible and help our children. So, but we just wanted to let you know that we like to keep a change of clothes here. It won't travel back and forth in your backpack, but we'll just keep this here in their cubby. Also, to come to school, they will need a snack. Our 3-year-olds bring a snack, and our pre-K in the morning and TK in the morning bring a snack and a lunch. Our afternoon class brings just a snack. Please label your food if it looks like peanut butter. A sticky note or a Sharpie telling us that it's sun butter or something that looks like peanut butter so that we know that it's safe. Being a peanut-free school is a big responsibility, and we don't take any chances opening up food if we're not sure what it is or if it looks like peanut butter. We'd like to keep it closed. And we'll send a note home with you so you know that food wasn't opened because we didn't know if it was safe. Not just the fact that the kids were busy or didn't eat it. So we tried to communicate as much as we can with that as well. Basically, no peanut butter, no tree nuts, no peanuts. Everything else is fine. You don't need to worry about brands, Rolled Golds versus Snyder's pretzels. We don't share food. Your kids are eating only the food that they brought, so it's safe, safe for everybody. We don't send food in for class parties. We don't share food in any way, so we would like to stick to that policy. Your child will also bring a backpack each day. We don't provide that. It could be anything they'd like. We do keep in mind that we'd like this folder to travel back and forth, so this should be able to fit inside a backpack. And the backpack will have also a water bottle labeled with their name. We disconnected our water fountains due to COVID regulations, so water bottle every day would be needed, and they can keep that in their cubbies as well. In the past, our wish list included things like paper towels and glue sticks, cleaning supplies, tissues, things we go through on a very regular basis around here. And this year, since we are supplying all of our children with their own school supplies, crayons, markers, colored pencils, glue sticks, crayons, that we are asking for part of our wish list donation, if you decide to donate, would be some school supplies. This way, as their supplies run out, the crayons break, markers dry up, we can easily replace them and we'll have a big supply. So it's optional. We always recognize as a tuition-based school that these are things on our wish list are optional. Thank you. When you arrive in the morning, you'll come through the horseshoe line up to the sign that says first car starts here, and we'll stack behind. You will come out of your car, help your child get out, and walk to our screening desk in the parking lot. I will be there with hand sanitizer, temperature checks, a questionnaire. We will ask questions and communicate, and then have our children arrive safely at school. That's going to be daily, and parents, please wear a mask when you come up to the screening checklist, and also social distance 6 feet apart. It's very quick, it's brief, it's all of a few seconds, but it's very important that we do this each day and keep our safety policies on the forefront of our minds each and every day, and never let our guard down with our diligence on keeping the coronavirus and any other virus out of our school. Having that horseshoe driveway is very helpful because it helps with security. We don't have an open door policy. Parents don't need to enter our building. Of course, you're allowed here anytime your child is in our care. We do ask for you to let us know, because a lot of times we just don't open the door. If we hear someone knocking, we don't even open the door, take that risk of letting people in. So you have to text me literally from the front door and say, this is me out here knocking. So as far as security, we do have forms of who's allowed to pick up your child. Our release forms, we do go by those. If there's any change, or if somebody else is coming to pick up your child, we ask that you text or email to let us know in advance. We do not release kids to anyone without your permission at any time. Please make sure your child has a mask at school each and every day. It can travel in their backpack back and forth with them. We are going to require them to wear masks when we are inside on a rainy day in our rec center. That is a room that they will need their masks, and anytime that they can't be apart if they're working closely and sharing germs. So the masks are important to have. Our goal is that we don't wear them a lot, and that we definitely don't need to wear them a lot. We will use our playground and our space accordingly, but the kids need to have a mask each day. If you would like your child to wear their mask all day, that's totally fine, and we will help them. Our illness policy is by far the strictest policy we have. It always has been, even before COVID-19, and we are going to continue to be as cautious and diligent as we can to keep any germs, out of our preschool. Under no circumstances can a child come to school if we feel they are contagious in any way. If the teachers are uncomfortable, we call parents and have them come for immediate pickup. Although all the staff is CPR certified and first aid qualified, we don't care for sick kids or dispense any medicine, and we expect our parents to have their phones on so in case of emergency they can come pick up their child. At that case, we'll also have your child put their mask on and we'll keep them outside until pickup. It's very important that we read and follow the guidelines in our family handbook as I spelled out from the CDC and the Department of Human and Health Services. It's written out very clearly what we're going to do to handle cases of our students being exposed to someone with coronavirus, when they need to quarantine for 14 days, when they need to ask these 3 questions for safely returning to school, whether or not they've been sick or a family member, whether they have symptoms or not, when is it safe to be at school, and when it's time to stay home. We're counting on and trusting our families to be as cautious and honest as possible. It's very important that we know that we all have to take part in screening our kids, making sure we're staying safe so that we can stay open and come to preschool. Our last policy I'd like to talk about is our tuition. It is due on the 1st of each month. Typically, I don't send out invoices. It's just the honor system that everybody will pay their cash or check on the 1st of each month. Late fees occur after the 3rd of the month. We require a 30-day notice for withdrawal without penalty of paying the next following month tuition. If the government closes us, a mandated forced close, we will stop collecting tuition. We do not offer remote or virtual learning. Tuition will just be waived for the months that we are then closed. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Well, I hope this was helpful and got us excited and jazzed up for the first day of school. Please reach out with any questions. Please take the time to read our family handbook. It has more policies in there of everything that you need to know for the first day of school. Looking forward to it. Thank you so much.